What is up, everybody? Welcome back to After the Huddle. As always, it's your boy Jacob. Jared to my right here. Welcome back. We've been gone a little hiatus for a little bit. Life getting in the way. Holidays was crazy. I was working like crazy. I know Jared was working like crazy.
You broke your phone.
Yeah, I broke my phone, so I had to go get another phone and all types of stuff between getting a phone and paying for presents and everything. Thank God for sports betting, bro, because I'd have never been able to get what I got this year without it. I went crazy at the end of November. I hit 4 parlays in 3 days. It was crazy. I was putting in some work. But outside of that, football has been going even crazier. Playoffs literally a week away. We have Sunday, week 18, and then we got playoffs is what we wait all season for what's about to come up in January.
And then we kind of regret it because it's at the end of the season.
And then it's bittersweet. It's always bittersweet because we got, playoffs and then Super Bowl is in February, and then at the end of that it's completely over with. There's no more football. Yeah. I mean, you got spring football if you watch spring football, but we here after the huddle, we pay attention to the NFL. So we will be watching some spring football. I keep track of it and watch some games when I can.
Yeah.
You got basketball. Basketball's in play right now. So you got other sports until at least June. And then June through July and August is the worst time because it's hot as fuck for no reason.
Dead.
And
we don't have anything till like April. Well, not even April because we just got the draft in April.
Yeah. We'll have stuff in April because you got, like I said, you got basketball going on. Basketball lasts till like June. And then you get that dead sports area where it's, middle of June, through August and into the first week of September. I mean, August you'll start to get like training camp coming back around and get you a little bit more hype for football season. But it really doesn't start until the beginning of September when college rolls around and they start like a week or two before the NFL does.
They start like a week before.
Yeah. So. It's been some craziness going on in the league right now.
While we were off, one of the followers sent me this card.
Oh, did they really? Is that McCaffrey?
No, it's
that Chuba Hubbard
card.
Chuba Hubbard. Okay, I couldn't see the number.
It's numbered 572 out of 875.
Oh damn, that's crazy work. Well, before we begin show tonight, I just wanted to send prayers out to all the families and loved ones that were affected by the terrorist attack in New Orleans. It's a shame that something like this happened so close to us. I'm literally in New Orleans right now. Jared is 10 minutes away from the city. This one hit close to home for us. So all our prayers.
It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, all our prayers and thoughts go out to everyone who was affected by this, and we hope we can recover from this quickly. They had the Sugar Bowl happen tonight, so they pushed it back a day. And Super Bowl's coming back around a month, so we hope we can be safe because me and Jared are gonna be out there. Me and Jared definitely gonna go to the NFL experience.
And then we got Mardi Gras
and go check out what the Super Bowl is working with. Yeah, and then Mardi Gras is in March, so a lot going on in the city the next few months. We hope everybody stays safe, make it home to your families. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show. First thing that we had to talk about tonight is the most recent information that came out at the NFL, and that is the Pro Bowl snubs. They had a list of guys that we saw that didn't make it. Just to run off a few off my head, Patrick Mahomes, he didn't make it. First time in his career since being a starter that he hasn't made it. Kirby Joseph, he didn't make it. Leads the league in interceptions. That was crazy work to me. Gonzo didn't make it. I had a feeling he wasn't going to make it though. He just hurt. He was hurt a little bit too much this year as well. Brian Thomas Jr. He didn't make it.
He didn't make. He didn't make it over Zay Flowers. Baker
Yeah.
didn't make it.
Baker didn't make it. I thought that was probably the biggest snub, in my opinion. I felt like it should have been. I know everybody's hyped on Jaden Daniels, and I am too, and I'm really jealous that Washington has them as their quarterback. But to put him in over Baker is just absurd. Baker's numbers this year are – if Tampa Bay would have been able to keep Chris Godwin and Mike Evans healthy throughout the season, right?
Yeah.
Baker would be in consideration right now for MVP.
Fair enough.
So to not have him at least in the Pro Bowl is just it's unfathomable to me. That I thought Baker not making it was the biggest snub. You know, you can make a case about some other guys, you know, Kirby and you know, because he leads the league. Quinyon Mitchell didn't make it. Like I said, Pat Mahomes. There were guys that definitely you could have had a case for, but I feel like the biggest case that didn't get made was for Baker, because Baker is having an MVP type season, and it just like kind of fell by the wayside because everybody's all hyped on Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
which I get it. It's not like Jaden Daniels hasn't played well. He's been a good player, I think, but man, Baker is literally like Baker and that offense are literally carrying that defense. That defense is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know who you thought was the biggest snub though.
I think Gonzo should definitely got in over because it's Surtain who deserves it. Marlon Humphrey, Denzel Ward, and there's one other one I can't remember what his name is, but I at least think Gonzo should have got in there because, I mean, if you look at his stats, he definitely should have been in there. I think it's just because of the team record.
I mean, there were 4 teams. I think it was I know the Jets, the Saints. I know those 2 didn't have anybody from their team.
The only person from our team to make it was
y'all special team. Yeah, y'all special team guy. I think Dexter Lawrence made it for the Giants. I think that was about it. Malik Neighbors is an alternate wide receiver, so we'll see if he ends up going in place of somebody who makes it. And I'm sure Baker's the first alternate in terms of quarterbacks for the Pro Bowl, and I'm sure
Mahomes probably would be too.
Yeah, and I think me personally, I have the Lions going to the Super Bowl this year. I'm just worried about that defense.
Yeah,
they're gonna get in every game. It's gonna be a shootout, bro. Every game they're gonna have to score 40 to win.
I mean, Ben Johnson might just do it just for the fuck of it.
I mean, do you think he leaves this year? Because he stayed last year. He stayed as the offensive coordinator last year. Do you think he finally leaves this year to go be a head coach somewhere? I mean, if he leaves the Lions and to be a head coach, he's gonna be the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your Lions going home, the Pack sending them. I mean, y'all got to get to them first. Y'all got to get past round 1. Who y'all gonna be playing round 1? If the season was to end right now, where y'all at?
They're at
like the 5th seed. 5th seed. They'd be playing.
No, because
they're the 5th seed right now.
Where's Minnesota?
Oh yeah, you're right. No, they'd be the 6th or 7th seed.
They're the 7th because they're under Washington.
Yeah. So right now they'd be playing Philly in Philly. Boy, you better hope they can beat. They got to get past Philly first. But I know that Washington is going for the what the hell? I know Washington is going for the 6th seed, because if they lose if they lose and Green Bay wins, Washington falls to the 7th seed, and they'll have to go to Philly and play Philly in Philly. And I know they don't want to do that. So Green Bay is going to have to win this week and hope Washington loses. But Washington's playing all their starters. They've already said that. So, but yeah, man, I was surprised. I'll tell you what, Patrick Mahomes not getting it either was a little surprising. But at the same time, I mean, it's hard to pick him. Statistically, he wasn't better than Josh Allen or Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson this year. So
yeah,
I understand why he didn't get it. Team record is important, but at the same time, like, he wasn't the Chiefs weren't winning big games as far as, like, you know, blowing people out. They weren't scoring a lot of points. They won a lot of close games. And yes, Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. I think we all know that. But just because you're the best quarterback doesn't mean you're always going to be having the best seasons. Doesn't mean you're always going to be the number one guy to be looked at as the best player that season. That's why he doesn't win MVP every year. You know, because if that was the case, he'd win it every year. Because we know that he's the best quarterback in the league, but he's also not going to be the one to get every accolade every single year. Unless he's throwing for, you know, Joe Burrow type numbers like this year almost every year. You know, and that's not the case anymore because his offense isn't high powered like it used to be. They win a different way. They win by close games and
defense,
outsmarting their opponents and not making the least mistakes. What were you saying? Even at his best stretch, though, this season, Lamar was 20 points ahead of him on QBR. I mean, yeah, but are you going to sit there and tell me that Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes? I don't think nobody's ready to say that. And if you are, you're delusional. It's not to say that Lamar hasn't had a great season. All props to Lamar. Yeah. We're Lamar fans. You know, I've always been criticized. I've always criticized that style of play that he has when now he's grown into a better passer of the football. But you know me, and I've always talked about this on air and off air. I've always been critical of a running first quarterback like an Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Because we have yet to see that style of football win a championship. Being a run-first quarterback, not a quarterback who can run the ball, but somebody who runs the ball that is also can throw it decently well. You know, we've seen guys like come in the league, Randall Cunningham, and I don't even really call Randall Cunningham a running first quarterback, but we'll throw him in there just to, you know, Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton got the closest because he's actually been to a bowl. But at the same time, let's not act like that Carolina defense wasn't destroying shit that year.
Yeah, Cam was playing at MVP level too.
What's up?
Say Cam was playing at MVP level too.
Yeah, and he won MVP that season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, I get it. But nobody's ready to say that Lamar is a better quarterback than Pat Mahomes right now. Had a better season, hands down had a better season, especially statistically. Not record-wise, but statistically it looks good. I think the Eagles-Ravens in the Super Bowl, I'm not going to go out and say who I got. I like the Lions the most right now. The Eagles are my second favorite.
It would be the Bird Bowl.
The AFC's kind of jumbled up. I did see something earlier that was like, oh, it'd be cool if the Vikings got in with the Bills because then one person would end a big drought of a championship and the other person would be 0-5. Yeah.
If that happens, go Minnesota.
Nah, I gotta. If that happens, I'm definitely going.
Nah. Nah, because we're gonna be. Wow.
Okay. I'll tell you about it after we get off there. But yeah. No, I do kind of like Eagles Ravens in the Super Bowl. I do think that's a high possibility. I really do. especially if the Ravens defense keeps playing the way they're playing because they've been playing good ball. But all right. Let's move it on. Let's go ahead and get into these games. We have a little bit new format tonight. The way we're going to do things because we're getting close to the playoffs. A lot of the games don't really mean anything anymore outside of maybe draft order. But we're going to focus on the things that matter right now, and that is the playoffs. That's the main thing that I want to focus on right now. Me and Jared, after we get through the games, we might talk a little bit about the draft, but I want to talk about these games real quick and the games that had the biggest effect on the playoff scenarios that we're looking at for this week. So first game that we had the Bengals winning in overtime against the Broncos, 30-24. Burrow, once again, having an MVP season and going absolutely stupid, goes 39-49, 412 yards, 3 touchdowns, dragging this team. T. Higgins goes crazy, 11 receptions, 131 yards, all 3 touchdowns from Burrow go to him, and he caught the game winner in overtime.
Yeah,
I mean, they went over the Broncos here, kept their playoff hopes alive. Now, granted, they wouldn't have had to keep their playoff hopes alive if they would have played better earlier in the season, but the defense was so historically awful.
Burrow
and on
had
top
4.
of that, Joe and them didn't start really playing ball until week 3, week 4.
You heard me?
What's up?
Burrow had 4 touchdowns. He ran 1 in. I just realized that.
Thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot to put that in there. But yeah, I just, man, everybody that's watched this show knew that I picked the Bengals to make to the Super Bowl this year at the beginning of the season, and also picked the 49ers. Both are looking like terrible picks.
Yeah.
Especially the 49ers, who are already eliminated from playoff. Yeah, you see how that one worked out, huh?
I've been meaning to go back and look at the videos we did.
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to go back and look at all the pre scenarios that we did like before the season had started to see how close we got again.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that I picked Josh Allen to win MVP.
I remember you picking Buffalo to win the division.
No, I actually picked the Jets.
Oh, I thought you picked Buffalo.
No, I picked the Jets to win. I thought the Jets were going to be much better than this, bro.
That the Jets are a whole different story right now.
Mm-hmm. I still had Buffalo at 2. I had Buffalo at 2. The divisions that I got wrong this year were the AFC East and what was it? Oh, and the NFC West, because I picked San Francisco to win that division. I was this close to picking Seattle, though. They came closer. But I picked the Chiefs. I know I picked the Bengals to win this division, but I had the Ravens in second. Nobody expected Pittsburgh to do what Pittsburgh's doing.
Yeah.
Well, did. So yeah, I got 3. I got 3 wrong because I picked the Eagles. I picked the Falcons, I believe, to win the South. We'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see about that. It's almost a lost cause. But if the Saints can somehow pull a fucking rabbit out of their hat and go beat the Bucs in Tampa Bay last week of the season, you'll ruin Tampa Bay's chances of making the playoffs. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. You're going to ruin their chances. And in Atlanta, if they win, they'll sneak in and win that division.
Who does Atlanta play?
Carolina.
That could be an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to bet this week on a lot of games.
Speaking of, bro.
There's going to be a lot of backups playing,
I picked the wrong money line for the Ohio State game.
Oh, you did? You picked Oregon money line?
Wait. Not only did I pick the Oregon money line, right? Listen to it. picked the Oregon money line. I picked over 31 for Ohio State for the total
You got
points.
that.
I bet no, I didn't hit. Yeah, it was 31. I believe no, under 32 and a half for fuck, who did they play yesterday? For Oregon. So I hit that. And then I hit the over 55 and a half. That Oregon money line, if I wouldn't have picked that, if I would have just picked Ohio State, I probably would have walked away with close to at least a grand or so. Because if Oregon would have won, it was 1,600 if Oregon would have won.
That's crazy work. Now, I missed out on one parlay because I picked under 61.5 in that Texas Arizona State game, and then fuckers ended up going to overtime. I took under 61.5, and they went into overtime, and then it went into like triple overtime, so that kind of killed me.
I did like a college football playoff parlay yesterday, and I was watching the game for a little bit, and like around the fourth quarter, I bet the over because it was already 24-8. I'm like, okay, kind of close. Sure enough, it goes over, so I hit that one. The thing that killed it was the Yale's game last night.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, the Bengals keep their playoff hopes alive. They need a little bit of help. They need to beat Pittsburgh on Saturday and get a little bit of help as well. We'll go over that at the end of the show about the playoff scenarios for this weekend. Next off, we had the Vikings. They held off the Packers. Packers almost came back. They were trying. 27-25, Vikings won. Darnold, great game from Darnold, 33 of 43, 377, 3 touchdowns. He did have a pick, but it is what it is. Vikings outgained the Packers 441 to 271, almost 200 yards more than what the Packers had. It was a terrible game for Jordan Love. He started off so bad. I don't know if you watched that first half. They could not throw the football, bro. They could not throw the football at all.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
It was helping me out in fantasy. And then
it wasn't helping me out because the guy I was going against had fucking Darnold, and Darnold went stupid on my ass.
Well, I had Darnold, JJ, T. Hawkinson, and Minnesota's defense. So I just need that one-handed catch JJ should have had. That would have helped, and that pick Darnold threw would have helped if he didn't throw it.
Yeah. No, I mean I get it, bro. It was just a bad game. I picked bad this week as far as picks goes. I didn't win a single bet or parlay in NFL this week. I picked so bad. I could not get it right. Like I picked the Chargers to win, but then I picked the under. But then they scored like 40 on y'all.
Yeah,
pissed me off.
I picked the spread.
Yeah. And then I picked Denver to win in the over. Got the over, missed out on the Bengals. I mean, missed out on Denver winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was the last game? What was the last game that was played on Christmas? On Christmas? Well, not Christmas. Was it Christmas?
Arizona Rams.
No, because I was working that day. What day was that?
You heard me? Was it the Rams and Rams?
Oh yeah, game? I got that one right. I got both of those right. I picked the under. I picked the Rams and the under. I got that one right. But all 3 of those games were on a parlay. I just missed out on. I couldn't get it right in the first 2 games. But now with this, the Vikings are 14-2. That is insane. And they might not even win their division, Jared.
Yep. Which is nuts. And if they lose, they go
for the first time in NFL history, we're going to see That's what I'm saying, yeah. First time in NFL history that we'll get a 14-win team being a 5th seed. 14-win team being a 5th seed, either the Vikings or the Lions. That's insane, bro. 14 wins? And this draws a question that I've been seeing going around social media a lot right now because of that. Do you feel that the NFL needs to get rid of divisions and just go by best record?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I mean, my thing is that if you do that, it's going to get rid of you're going to get rid of like division winners and guaranteed playoff spots for the division, all type of shit like that. Oh, what's up, Donnie? I got them winning this one and losing in the playoffs. Oh, the Vikings? You think they're going to lose first round, or do you think they're going to make it to the NFC Championship game? Well, not first round. First round technically for them. One and done.
Me and him talked about it. He said he thinks Minnesota loses in the playoffs, like first round.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be honest. No offense, Don, but I can't take serious on anything you say about the Vikings and the Lions. You're a Bears fan. If the only team, in fact, you're the only team from that division that is not going to make the playoffs. What the fuck, dog? I thought Caleb Williams this and Roma Doomsday that, and we got a great defense and Jalen Johnson and Hurga. We just signed Keenan Allen and we got DJ Moore and we got DeAndre Swift. You know what you didn't get? An offensive line. Oh yeah. No. See, but here's the difference though. We went into the year with expectations of being this shitty. Y'all went into the year talking about we're gonna make the playoffs. Well, I don't know if you were, but a lot of people in the media were like, man, the Bears looking great. Caleb Williams gonna bring this team to the playoff. Nick Wright had them going to the Super Bowl. Now we don't really believe in what Nick Wright says, but
after what he said, no.
There was expectations behind the Bears. Yeah, there was definitely expectations for the Bears.
If you come with me Sunday to Mr. Bill's house, I think Donnie's going to be there.
Yeah, I'll probably I work. I mean, I'm going to be off. I'll have the kids this weekend. But what's it called? I'll drop them back off around like 5:30 or so on Sunday. So I could be there for the game that night.
Yeah, if anything, I'll just come pick you up.
Hold on, man. My computer's hold up.
All right. Yeah, he's been freezing on and off. Donnie, so what you think Minnesota should do with JJ? Because I've been having this talk with Brian, and he was saying that they're not going to trade JJ, which I don't believe either. I don't believe they trade JJ because they're supposed to be quote unquote fielding calls for a trade for JJ. So that would be interesting. So let's say the Jets call Minnesota for JJ, right? You hear me?
Obviously, that was a reach too. What's up?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hold on real quick. Do something.
All right, maybe that's a little better. I turned my internet thing off. You good?
I gotta yeah, I gotta switch this. Hold it down for 1 second.
All right. Keep him and develop him, which no, I agree. It's gonna be interesting to see what Darnold does because like let's say some team like walks in, well, calls Minnesota, and they're like, we're gonna take Darnold. Well, not calling, but like he's gonna go walk in the free agency. Who do you think honestly is gonna take Darnold instead of drafting a quarterback? Do you think is Darnold a long term answer? I mean, I was telling Brian earlier, you got JJ for right now. Darnold's only 27, so he's still got a couple more years. Give Darnold like maybe like a 2-3 year contract, right? Let him play, let JJ learn, get back fully healthy, kind of like the Jordan Love situation with Aaron Rodgers. I think that would be a good route to go, just and build up a team around that. Brian had the idea of signing Devontae Adams once he hits free agency, which I think would be hilarious and kind of scary for that offense because it would be JJ, Jordan Addison, quote unquote Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and then you got Sam Darnold, right, like throwing the ball. So that I think that would be scary right there. That's a good question because we've seen him with the Jets. We saw how that worked out. We've seen him with the Panthers. We saw how that worked out. He took a year off, spent with, Shanahan, learn behind a quarterback, the quote unquote quarterback whisperer, and then signs with Minnesota. He said he went to Minnesota strictly because of Kevin O'Connell and his relationship. So I think that helps a lot more with the connection between head coach and quarterback.
I'm literally plugged in.
I was gonna say you froze again.
I know. I'm literally plugged. To be honest with you, I wonder if it's you because I'm plugged into the modem.
It might be because I turned the Wi-Fi and everything off. All right, whatever.
Yeah, Jared put this up in here earlier. Donnie, see if I can get it up there. Vikings are expected to listen to offers for J.J. McCarthy this offseason. It is believed Sam Darnold will be their quarterback going forward. 1 year after drafting the guy, though, like, don't get me wrong, I understand Darnold looking pretty good, but you have a chance to go get a guy who could be like that in God, this is unbelievable right now.
I'm saying, can you hear me? You hear me?
We just can't get it. We can't get it together.
I hate doing it on the phone.
Yeah, but we might have to end this early because I can't do anything.
Yeah, because you're still frozen in one spot. Donnie said you're freezing.
Yeah, I know, and I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on, bro. I plugged into the modem. I don't understand how my internet's bad. Like I'm getting a gig download speed and upload speed, so I don't understand it.
I don't know if I think you are frozen.
All right, bro. Yeah, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, we'll make some
We
shorts
gotta get
videos.
This is unbelievable. Like I can't even pull up banners or anything, bro. All right. Well, we're having some technical difficulties, so we might just gonna have to call it right here.
Yes, we'll see you Sunday, Donnie.
We'll we'll see you Sunday, Donnie. We'll try to do something tomorrow if we can. Maybe we can get this working again. If not, we'll let y'all know. But this is tragic. So, all right, man.
All right.
Hopefully we'll get this working again tomorrow.
All right.
All right, though. Holla everybody later. Appreciate it, y'all.
Thanks, all.